Okay, we're going to continue from where we left off last time. I believe this is going to be the first of a multi-part episode. This time we should be doing eggs. We are. So this is going to be the first of the multi-parts, so that way tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, I'm going to release all these as a multi-part. So that way tomorrow you get the episode which is just... oh no. Yeah, on side. Start on side. Start on side. Yeah, so tomorrow morning you will... well, tomorrow evening, afternoon, whatever. I don't need the egg bubbles. Because you're the longest to hatch. I'm also going to have to add some music to this to speed it up. Yeah. Right, back to what I was really trying to say. Yeah, tomorrow you will get the Pokemon episode. Just make sure that's all the eggs and I didn't leave any. Yeah. And then you have 2 more Pokemon to breed. So this should hopefully get us the last 2 Pokemon, all the Pokemon that we need, plus the last 2 Pokemon we have left to raise. Alright, I don't have the speed of Pokemon on me anymore. So basically I'm just going to run back and forth here, and then I'll go check the old guy every now and again. We will talk crap, I'll put some background music on, so I need to mute this. Oh no, not the mute one. I need to put it in sound off mode, there we go. Because now the speed will fluctuate between 6 times and 15 times normal speed. So you can see, look. So we can just run around in this area. Go check the old guy every now and again, see if we've got a wag. I don't like the fact there's something there that we can accidentally click on. This is basically it. We're just doing this for this episode. We're going to talk randomly about random stuff. Recently just been arguing with some people about Warhammer. You know, and how they can actually improve the game for the 10th edition. Bit of controversy, really. I wonder what you guys would think. My idea is it's a bit of an old idea. I've suggested it before. But they re-release, let's say, the new edition that they bring out a codex. Well, a rulebook first, you know, the main rulebook of the game. The first thing is bring back key ruling. You know, so I remember the 7th edition rules where we had a key rule stealth, we had the key rule shroud, infiltrate, squirrel. Sweet. Right, you need to level up. Yes, you know, so that way you just have that rule on the unit and everyone gets the same frigging rule. It's really hard to actually control this one. It's so fast. Right, so, tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm actually going to turn the sound on to me. No? Alright, no. I need to put sound on. Mute sound, so that way it runs at 100%. I'm then going to set up the joypad again, so that it has speed. Set on my controller. Yeah, that takes up to 20 times speed, so I can use that for running around. Right, you need to go in your evolve box. Withdraw. Right, we're going to go check to see if there's another egg for us. So yeah, so we'll bring back those things, so that way everyone's using the same rules, we're all singing off the same song sheet, we're not all, yep, this one egg. You know, we're not all looking at single word differences in all our rules and therefore start arguing. You know, if you've got units that need something unique, like you know, say for orcs and truck boys, then just give them the orcs and truck boy rules. You know, as well, you know, on top of the regular rules, because you know, it's unique to them. You know, but you know, just basically put the rules back into one place so we can get them. And the other thing what we were suggesting is, you know, rather than do it like they currently do, where they release a codex and then release a supplement and then release a rule update and then a chapter approved and then blah 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 blah. And then you got some rule armies that have one rule that will affect one unit very specifically, which may make it really overpowered. And then you've got another unit that doesn't. You got another army that doesn't have that rule, but they still use the same models. Like for instance, Iron Hand and upgraded Dreadnoughts and Raven Guard don't do that. You know, oh yeah, they abuse that. So if you divide it up, so you say you have the main armies, you release just a supplement codex to them, rather than a codex and a supplement. And then in each of those books, you can have the same stories, the same art, blah blah blah. When you get to it, you've just got their army stuff at the back. That way, if they abuse those rules, you can increase their points without screwing everyone else. I don't know where what effect goes in this codex. You know, on some armies, like say the Elder, it's going to be a lot harder to do that because the chapter supplements won't sell as easily. Just, you know, when you get to the back, just say like, well, pages 200 to 220 is this this particular codex. You know, it's using this sector. If you read pages 30 to page 230 to 260, that'll be this type's. You know, 270 to 290 is this one. So that way, you know, you don't affect all the rules by having to do things. You don't have to constantly change their rules to keep them balanced. You just change the points until something becomes so expensive that they don't wish to use that model anymore. Web effect is W. It is, yes. For fuck's sake. 202. That's right here. We'll put the egg back. You know, that's probably the Boba Fett egg that I just took out, but I don't really care. That's it. We're going to hatch them all. 4, 5. Oh wait, 4, 3, 2. Nope, need to give her another Pokemon. And the two Pokemon we need to evolve, the Hypnotop, the Chansey, Blissey, and a Squirtle, we will do them in the leveling bit. Part of our training. But yeah, so that was our argument, was how we can best balance the game. And I still think it's best that if each individual sub-army within an army had their own pages to affect their own rules. So that way, when you balance things out by changing the points, you don't actually harm everyone else. You know, stop releasing like a billion books. Each edition was supposed to make things simpler by giving us less books to carry. And you've now got to carry a main rule book, your army's main codex. When I play my Raven Guard, I've got to bring the Raven Guard supplement. I've got to bring the chapter approve. I've got to bring the it was like the Fire and Fury and Fire, what it was called. I had to bring that to bring very specific rules. This is so hard to control. I should have made that preface. Yes, I've gone from having to bring 2 books, which was a codex and an index, to a codex, a rule book, supplements 3, Fire and Fury 4, Imperial Armor 5, chapter approved 6 rule books, and if I decide I want to bring a Legends model, I've got to bring an internet printout as well. So you're taking the piss here, Games Workshop. I know you want to sell books, but still, 6 books so I can play 1 game. And just make it so it's the main codex and the rulebook. As simple as. Then if you want to update the rules later down the line, or you want to change the points, then you just release an internet release so we all have the same thing. You know, you can just update the key rules on the main codex book. You could just update the points. You could just update a very specific thing in the frigging online print thing. So that most I have to bring is a codex, a rulebook, and an online print. And if you get too many of them, guess what? Then you re-release the fucking codex. It's a lot easier with Space Marines, obviously, because you just bring individual supplements, and you just say, "Oh, we're going to amalgamate all the Ultramarine updates into the Ultramarine bulk." Just release that codex again. Might be. Then at the end, probably. My beat is 240. Was that far enough away for the old man's field? I don't know. I might have had to have gone lower. Well, you know, it should just count the steps, and if he has got it, he will move when I come back out. To 10 to 40. Nice and easy. Yes, we would like to continue operating. I don't know if he's ready with the new egg. Yep, he is. So hopefully this episode won't be too long, and that's kind of my rant done. So don't get me started on Legends and how bullshit that is, because that was just lies. Yeah, I'll release an egg. Yeah, because I'm sure that won't kill it. Yeah, because Legends it was lies. They missold that to everyone. They told everyone, oh yeah, it's just so we don't have to update the rules. It allows you to help models. The thing is yes, you move some old models into it, but then there's the Forgeable Predator. I can't remember what it's called. You move that into the Legends. You still make the model. It's not an old model that you stop making. You still make the fucking model. You basically moved that there because you didn't want people to use it. Or you just wanted them to sub it in for one of the many other types of Predator you got. So why lie about it? Just be honest. 176. Then there's the whole, oh yeah, you're doing it because we don't make the models, or we've never made the models. The Space Marine Captain on Bank you still don't make. It's still in the Codex. So that was a bunch of lies. And then you've got the the other thing was it was meant so that you weren't doing as many proxies and subbing in because of the whole Chaplain Dreadnought thing. But generally, if somebody is making a convert, the model looks like what it's meant to look like, not just a regular Dreadnought. You know, you'd give it the gold rings, you'd give it the skull. You wouldn't just put a coin on it and say that's that thing, because that's not convert. That's proxying. Where did you go before that? Yes, get rid of proxying. At least make it so you can tell what's what. You know, don't get rid of converts. Because by that standard, they say the captain on the bank shouldn't be made because you have the converts out that. But then at the same time, if you buy the heroes pack, you get the relic chaplain, and you get a captain in Cataphractic Terminator armor. Cataphractic Terminator don't exist anymore, neither does Tartarus. It's relic Terminator armor, but there's no captain that has it. And when I spoke to the staff, or emailed them, they just say, "Oh, just sub it in as a sergeant for the relic Terminator squad." Problem is, relic Terminators can't have combi mollers, so I would be proxying, which is something you're trying to stop. So that just proves that the rule's a bunch of bullshit and that you are literally just doing this to make money. You want us to stop using these older models so that you can start making new models and force us to buy those. I mean, we all know that eventually you're going to get rid of the old Space Marines and force us all into using Primaris because that's where your money is right now. Wicked. This episode isn't going to be very long. Yeah, just stop BSing us. Just be honest. If you're saying, yeah, you would prefer for us to move on to new models, and, have better styles, and, you basically just want to earn money. We know you want to do that. We know that's the point. You're telling us something different just pisses us off. But then again, I guess if you actually just went and said, yeah, we want it because we want more money, that probably pisses us off as well. Let's face it, because we don't want to be paying out more money before or after. We don't want to be shelling out on a hobby that costs thousands. We'll double check. So I suspect he will have an egg now. No. You just heard me ranting now for 15 minutes. So as we can see for how quick these eggs are hatching with this system here, just doing this because this is clocking hundreds of steps, literally. There we go, another one done. Why not? Why not? We're just walking in and out of here just to see. Nobody's still not ready. Why not? Guessing you'll be the other baby Pokemon. Or not. You're actually number 360. So there are third generation Pokemon in this. Oh, fuck me, I best actually check to make sure there's no other third generations in this. Is there a Feebas that I just don't know about? If you're going to be in a box on your own. So that's the 300. That's the 330. That's the 360. Yeah, 300 up to 330 up to 360. Yeah, fuck it. We'll just have to move you. I wasn't expecting for there to be this many Pokemon, to be honest. I'm hoping later on that there's more boxes in later games. What, 331 to 360. Here's what there's. Well, divided by 30. That's 12, 13, 14. There's only 14 boxes. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's 15 boxes. 15 times 6 is 450 Pokemon. Which puts me, if I put every box in, up to Hippowdon. Which is a part of Gen 4, if I'm right thinking. Yeah, Gen 4. So I'm hoping there's more than 15 boxes in Silver and Gold, otherwise I cannot collect everything. Well, as far as the game's concerned, I can't collect everything. I'll have to do some research into that. Because that could be getting up to the territory where it wants you to start using Pokemon Home. And if it does, then we'll be stumped because I can't emulate that. I'd have to figure out a way to actually do it with actual cartridges. Just double check, make sure she's not ready yet. No, she's still not ready. Jesus Christ, how long does this Azumarill take to breed? Smoochum. It's just before I like it. It's really the way. How much have I wondered? The two seem to be getting along. But if they're getting along, they should actually not take very long to breed. What should be true on the rumors that it has to be a Marill and a Azumarill. I'm trying to actually go down here, but okay. Try to get as far away from the old man as I can. Ooh, this is actually dizzying. It just looks like I'm teleporting. I can assure you I'm not. I'm randomly. As you can see, I am literally randomly mashing directions. If I should just walking, it would look less teleport. The problem is if you walk into a wall, it doesn't count. That's really dizzying. I should probably put a dizzy warning at the start of this episode. It's not as bad as here. So we've got a couple more steps to it, right? No, it's just quick. Next egg. That's my Togepi. Nope. He's still not moved. There he goes. Right, that should be my Azumarill Exoid. I hope. Let's take a tick. Would have been quicker to go the other way based on how many boxes are left. But we're nearly done. I suspect in the next 9 minutes, this maybe be a half an hour episode. We should be. Alright, you tossed it open first time. Hopefully, as long as I don't mess well the eggs, what I think they are, you know, I did things correct. Stop spinning out where I do that. This should all be done now. Let me find Meryl. Where are you, Meryl? There. Okay, the next thing I need to do, whilst I'm here, I'll take back our Ditto, because that's all the breeding done. As far as I can tell. Ditto is number something. It's technically correct. He goes just before eevee. Sorry. As a safety precaution, we'll swap them 2 round. Withdraw. Where is... Where's my... Oh, my Dragonite's at the other daycare already, isn't it? You know what? So I want you to gain that little bit of experience. How far away are you from leveling up? 18k. You ain't getting fucking anywhere. 13k. 18k. 6k. 4k. I suspect Lapras will level the quickest. So it's just a temporary thing until we start training. It's gonna lose a move. I'd rather it lose Body Slam. Shit. To say, because we're looking at least 5,000 steps for some of these eggs to hatch. Well, one of these eggs to hatch. Stop speeding up. I'm trying to pick things. Say some of these are going to be 2,000 steps. That's like 2k experience right there, because it is 1 experience per step you make. less dizzying if I don't run. Chansey, done. Sweet. That was the hardest sector, which is 10k. Which means we just want 10k steps because it's the first time I've ever walked with the Chansey. Make it actually, yeah, it would be, yeah, because that last episode would, oh yeah, these would be released on those episodes. Yeah, so there's no main episode after this apart from the league. Stop running, just walking, so it's not as dizzy. How many steps is in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So each time I cross this, I'm getting 13, so 26. So I have to do this 10 times to get to 200 steps. And some of these eggs need to do it over 100 times because it's like 2,000 steps each. Let's not do that. I like how the hat doesn't really move apart from the brim. That is exactly the same position on both sides. That's a good identical hat. Another one's hatched. A Azumarill. Sweet. That was the one I was most worried about. Is it Azumarill? Azurill. Masterball. Where does Azurill go? You were Gen 3? I think it's a Gen 3. Azurill. Yep, it is. Gen 3 is number 298. So that's what? 271 to 300? Give him a nice forestry. That is, yeah, 271 to 300. I have to double check that like 3 times just so I get it right. 271 to 300. This has got me questioning the rest of my Pokemon now. You know, do I have everything I could physically get? Is there something I'm forgetting? Can something else evolve which I've forgotten can evolve? I forgot to get out my Max. Igglybuff. I remember when I first saw this in Sapphire and Ruby, first song system I had like a firebox, water box, and so on and so forth. Ig. Right. This is a search tree with why is it not highlighting it? No, it's highlighting trigger. It is LY. Iggly is number 174, which puts it between Cleffa and Togepi. Obviously, I can't count them. 56, 62, 68, 69, 70, 1, 2. They're all wrong. Yeah, I would count that as 4. It's not, it's 3. Which means there's probably other boxes that are incorrect. So if Pichu is that looks correct now. Right, nearly done. Nearly done. Nearly hatched all the eggs. It's the last 2, I hope. This is where I'm going to discover, say, something else can evolve, which I've forgotten can evolve. or something else can be bred, and the baby form came in Gen 3 and I forgot it can do it. So I'm going to have to go through the Gen 3 stuff. I've nearly finished going through all the Gen 2s to make sure I get everything. So there may be a bonus video just before I do the Pokemon Peak, where I realise I'm a dum-dum. Tyrogue. That's you to begin with. Almost. I can't remember how you actually affect the stats. Tyrogue 236. So I have to read into that so I can know how to manipulate. 236. That lets you say smooch them. That'd be hitting on top. So there. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that was all my eggs, was it? Yeah. It's all my eggs. So we're just going to go back to here, because that's generally where I'm going to be looking at in the future. So I've got 3 Pokemon I need to evolve, and then I want to get Lapras, Zapdos, and just them 2, I guess, to level 70. Because they're going to be the ones that carry the team. The others are just there for additional support. If they level up, they level up. If they don't, they don't. So we will likely give them the XP share to share so that they get some experience, but we're focusing on them 3 only. It's making sounds. It's almost 2 damage. It means it's within its last 500 steps. There we go. On a night, sweet. Yeah, I think the Gen 3s will only give me if you can evolve to it or you can hatch them. It shouldn't be any you can catch, because it would just say get it from Ruby and Sapphire, which is what released alongside this. Unless it was like a common Pokemon, like what do you call it? What's the one that turns into the moth mewtwo? I don't remember. I don't remember the name of the Pokemon. Wurmple, is it? Lickitung? Is that all my eggs? One more. The occasional moves it should hatch some more. I'd say it means it's miles away still. It's got at least 1,000 steps. And we've gone over the half an hour I've predicted. I'm close. It's probably been more efficient to have done this, but as far as I can tell, this is probably the best way to do it. It's just because we got the speed function. I just want to get these eggs done. What else can we moan about in this video? How many steps this takes to hatch an egg? Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to have to moan more about the box situation. Yeah, if I was, well, technically I've got enough boxes to do everything in this generation. I'm just going to hope that the next generation has more boxes, otherwise we will be screwed. So I'll do more research as and when. You in. Once I've got these Pokemon fully done up, I'm going to have to do another pan with the entire box in order. I should have drew that Pokemon. Where are you? Still there. There you are. With the last Pokemon into my party, that is this episode done. Got 4 Pokemon to train up. We want to raise you. And I want to raise the Lapras, which is in the daycare. We're going to grab that, swap it out for the Moltres. Oh, trying to take. Oh, and Lapras local. Yes, I want to take back the Lapras. I'm going to take back the Lapras, of course. Yes. No. I can stay in there, keep leveling up. Swap the Moltres. I check to make sure I didn't learn any new moves. It did not. Good. It means I have more control still. Tyranitar should have learned Earthquake when he gets to 61. Moltres, you got Fire Spin first. It's the move I cared least about, if it so happens to get replaced. 56, he's got 5 more levels still anyway. And we're not onto the training that episode. So that is party now. Almost settled. You need to rearrange the order. Oh no, that'll do actually. So yeah, that's that done. So the next sub episode will be dedicated to training these 4 Pokemon and getting them to evolve. After that, we'll do an episode dedicated to training up Lapras and Zapdos to level 70. Yeah, some sub experience onto other Pokemon. Yeah, playing with Pokemon. And then it'll be on to Pokemon. As I said in the last episode, well, the main episode, the next episode you see tomorrow will be Pokemon League. So until then, guys, I will see you in the next part or tomorrow. Bye.